When we were kids, we didn't know we had everything. Oh yeah. A loving mother, sunshine, we were born Africans. And we're here, feeling it, dancing, worshiping the love of life. Feeling it, dancing, worshiping the love of life. I didn't think we'd end up reminiscing about the past. Oh yeah. Dreaming of a land that's far away. Life is fast, and now I'm feeling cold. I'm cold. Life's unfold. I'm told the world is cold. I would give everything to go back to my roots. If only I could. And we are here, dancing, worshiping the love of life. Dancing, worshiping the love of life. The love of life. The love of life. The love of life.
London, New York, LA, Paris. London, New York, LA, Paris.
Oh yeah. Welcome to Club Shada episode number 71. Fame is cocaine. I hope everybody's feeling right. I hope everybody's good. Everybody's in good spirit. I hope everybody is healthy. Um, this show is brought to you by shadaware.com, where you can get a t-shirt like this one, cream, cashews, everything around me. Uh, nice t-shirt or a cap like this one. I hope everybody's doing fine. I hope everybody is having a great weekend or a great end of weekend. Sorry for those who were here yesterday. It's funny because when you want to set up your live, if I want to set up a live for Sunday at midnight and 30, which is the time I start here, I actually have to put it on Monday at midnight 30, right? And apparently, I just put it on Sunday. So yesterday, people were waiting for me for nothing. Yeah, so for those who were there yesterday, sorry. It was not on purpose. I didn't forget. I was actually taking care of my daughter who's sick. Um, she's been sick for a little week now. A lot of fever, belly ache, red eyes. So, it's a little alarming, but I'm here taking care of what I have to take care of and making sure that she's she's taken care of, that my arms are here when she needs, and when she wakes up in the middle of the night, daddy's here. And giving her medicine, and that's it. So hopefully in the next few days she's gonna be better. Hopefully, if not, I'm gonna have to try to, I almost did a COVID test, but we're gonna do it one anyway, because we are going to Congo on the 26th, the day after Christmas. We are flying to Congo. My wife and her sister are going to Guinea-Bissau, and I will be personally going to Congo, Kinshasa, with Asia. So to spend the New Year's there. So 4 of us are taking a COVID test anyway. So I didn't feel like it was necessary to do one right now. So we'll see how she is by 26th of December. Today she was a little better, still a little feverish, but animated. She enjoyed her day. It was just that sometimes she's more tired than usually, because she's been having rough nights. But on the 24th, on the 25th, actually, or even the 26th in the morning, I will be set on what is the result of the test, and if it turns out that she's positive, I guess we're gonna have to stay home. We're gonna have to stay and postpone the trip. I will, in this case, stay with her and make sure that everything is fine, and I will just, because my ticket, you can change your plane ticket when it's a COVID situation. So I'll just push it to, I don't know, push it to a month. Just time for her to recover, and me make sure that I'm not going back there and I'm still immune or whatever. Who knows? When it's your daughter, you just don't really care about all these things. But I'm making sure I'm taking my zinc, I'm taking my artemisia, I got all my medicine ready. So yeah, we'll see. They did a test yesterday. We were at the hospital, took her to emergency because she was really hot, and they did a test. They put something Q-tip in her throat to see, to test something. I think it was something that had to do with a ganglion, but they said the test was negative. So I'm not sure what test it was. I know it was not COVID, but they said it was negative. So they just told me to. So maybe it's just she had a gastro last week. So maybe it's just this that is dragging, and just continue to give her the medicine that they gave me yesterday, and hey, it's gonna be all right. Whatever it is, we here. And Bruno, good evening, brother. How are you? Queen Juju, how are you, sister? CVB's brother, how are you? What up, cousin? How are you? What up, cousin 2? How are you? I'm good, Queen Dahlia. I'm good. Making things happen. Thank you so much, Noeli. Welcome back. Completely. I'm always on the lookout. Yeah, I hope so. I hope we can go spend the New Year's Eve with my parents. That would be great. If not, it's just the New Year's Eve. I mean, it would be great to spend the New Year's, like to enter 2021 in Africa. But hey, listen, if it's just me and her here at the house, it's all good. I will just, we'll go in February, or we'll go end of January. So we're not, it was just that it would be cool. It's been a long time that I didn't spend like the entrance of a year with my parents. It's been forever because they went back to Africa probably 20 years ago now. Wait, maybe not that much. Oh no, wait. I've been in Portugal for 8 years. I moved to my old apartment in Paris 7 years before that. So yeah, it might be 16 to 20 years that my parents have been back in Congo. So all this time, and whenever they came to spend the New Year's or Christmas in France, I was already in Portugal. So yeah, it's an experience that I wanna cherish. So if not, hey, listen, I'll just take my time and make sure that everybody's fine, because I don't want to go in Africa and bring a disease. So we're gonna, yeah. Yeah, she is. How about you? How's your family? How's everything out there? Yeah, maybe it's the normal flu. It's just that she never has red eyes, and she's been having red eyes for a long time now. And I just hope that this is some allergy or whatever. But hey, it's okay. It's kids. Kids get sick. Kids get viruses. They're around other kids all the time. So it's the thing when you have little kids. When it comes to me, I'm home all the time. I've seen, other than when I was in Congo, here in Portugal, I probably see the same 8 people the whole year. I only saw 8 people. So my universe, more or less, is kind of controlled. It's just that kids is at school, and school is germs. Other kids, and yeah, sometimes they catch something, and it's very cold right now in Portugal. Very cold, 9 degrees. But with this cold comes gastro, flu, conjunctivite, all those things. And yeah, when you got little children, there you go. Hello, Nadia. How are you? Amazing. Everybody's safe. No more COVID. Are you COVID free at home? Elvis car reviews. Why you chose Portugal to settle in, and why not England, New York, or Congo? I'm actually going to Congo next week to spend New Year with my family. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want to do. I'm supposed to go on the 26th to Congo in 5 days. So depending on what the new test will say, that's what we'll go. Why Portugal? Because it's first of all, in Europe, that's the safest country, and when I arrived in Portugal in 2012, the the ratio price quality of life was amazing here. Paris is a beautiful city. I love Paris. I lived there 32 years, but the people are shitty, and people are anxious, and it's a city that makes you anxious. And there's a lot of things that, yeah, if you remove everybody from Paris and you just chill there, yeah, it's so beautiful. Now you add all the people, and then all the problems begin. And it's expensive for what you have. When I came here for the same price of what I had in Paris, so I had a 50-meter apartment with one bedroom in Paris. Not even in Paris, like outside of Paris at Porte de Pantin, so really like on the beginning of the suburbs, but like it's a nice city, Pré Saint-Gervais, but it was not far from Pantin, which is, but it was okay, like everybody knew me, so. But for what I have, what I had then in Paris, for exactly 100 less, so I was paying 850 back there, and for 750 when I moved in Portugal, I had an apartment with a 100-meter square terrace. It was a penthouse, one bedroom again, with a 70-meter square plus a 100-meter square all around on the roof with view of the sea, in an amazing neighborhood near a shopping center and everything. And yeah, like it's something I would have never had in Paris. Plus I had quality of life, plus all these things. And where I live now, I live in the richest neighborhood, and for what I pay here in the richest neighborhood, I can only have a studio in Paris, or one bedroom. So yeah, and at a point when you don't need to be somewhere to make your money, you can really choose where you want to live. And yeah, I was I had to choose between different cities. Canada was way too cold, even if it's welcoming. It's like the winters are too cold for me. The US, nah, it's this country is a fake diamond. Brazil, I love, but every time I turn on the TV, somebody is getting killed. So I was like, maybe not. Africa, Congo, or somewhere else in Africa. But when I was thinking of Congo, I was like, that might be, because at that time there were a lot of opportunities, but some Africans are for the return, or some African Americans, or some Europeans that are born in Europe, they are for this return to the motherland, etc. I'm not really into that. I was born in Congo. I lived there until I was 7. Then I moved to France. I lived in France all my life. Then 32 years in France. Then 8 years in Portugal. So contrary to a lot of people who want to see themselves as Africans, even if they've never been to Africa sometimes, or like, some Americans, like, I don't even know why they call themselves African Americans, like, and they're just Americans. I'm proud of my origins. I love my country, but I'm a European, and I'm really more a French Portuguese guy, and there are some things that I have here that I'm not sure I can adapt. I mean, I can adapt anywhere, but every time I go for a week or 10 days or 2 weeks, there's a point where I'm like, hell no. Like, the traffic jams, the lack of order, the lack of the fact that everybody wants to be paid for everything, the corruption, the slow internet, like just Listen, everything else I can do with, but just the slow internet, nah. Like, especially for my business where I rely on the internet, and me, I'm somebody, I'm online probably from the moment I open my eyes to the moment I close my eyes. I'm probably online 80% of the time, for work, for leisure, and even when I'm not awake, all my business revolves around being online. So it would cost me a fortune in Congo where there's no Wi-Fi. I mean, probably you can. I know my sister has satellite internet, but then when it's raining, it's over. Like, I'm used to having my 200 MIPS fiber line, and I need it to work. Like, it's great to be able to watch 4K video, have your Netflix and etc. Without having to download stuff. And when I'm in Congo, there's a lot of things that I can do. I can post on Instagram. I can do this. I can do that. I can even like download stuff. But like, for example, I'm gonna be gone from the 26th of December until the 8th of January. I will not be able to have to do my show, for example. So those are the kind of things that, because of the way my business is set up, and it's like my business really needs a fast internet connection to work. And that's why I hate hotels in America with the slow internet connections, or in Thailand. And usually when I'm in these countries, you see me at the Apple store. I spend every day 2 or 3 hours in the Apple store because I need to work. So I just plug myself there and do what I have to do. So it's really a question of how, what you when you choose a country to settle in, it really also comes with all the things that you need, and it's really a personal choice. My son gets sick all the time when he's in school. When the lockdown started in March, I took him out of daycare. Didn't get sick until October when he went back to me. Same thing. When we were in that thing, everything was fine. It started exactly what you're saying. The fuckery started as soon as she went back to school. Then the germs. Because at home, listen, home is clean. Because especially, but before I got sick, but after I got sick, we became extra careful. But once they go to school, there's nothing you can do. My cousin took the vaccine this morning and he said he feels fine. I might take the vaccine. Wow. Way to go, bro. Listen, for what I can see, the vaccine is, from what everybody is saying in terms of everybody that is how you call that, all the professors, all the teachers, all the science people, and all these people, everybody's saying that the vaccine is not harmful. That from all the hundreds of thousands of people who have been tested, and now probably in the next few days it's going to be millions of people. The only bad things that happened were those guys in England who had the two guys who had the big allergy eruption, and apparently after 2 days they were fine. So it made people realize that you need to, if you are very allergic and you are at the point where you have to walk around with with your adrenaline shots. Yeah, stay away from this one for now, and maybe try the other one. Maybe try the Moderna. That's the good thing, is that more and more we're gonna have choices. You got the choice. You have the Russian one. You have the Chinese, one of the Chinese ones, but they have the main one that they have been vaccinating millions of people with. You have the German one, which is all the Pfizer, it's BioNTech, and you have the Moderna, so that's 4, and I think there's the AstraZeneca that is in the final phases, and then you have another 100 vaccines, and you have some vaccines that are more not that new technology, which is very promising, but it's new, so you still have to test, you still have to see how things are going. It's normal, and discover some different cases. You see what I mean? And but in a bit, in a few months, you'll have hundreds of different vaccines that you can choose, and maybe you will have stuff that are more for a certain type of people in the population, and some others will be. Then you can fine tune. You see what I mean? It's interesting. I believe that it's we are still at the phase that the people who are gonna get tested first are the people who are the more fragile. Then it's gonna be the people who are on the front lines, the people who don't have a choice but to be in contact with population all the time. So I guess police, I was about to say it in Portuguese, bombeiros, firemen, everybody that's work at the hospitals, and then it's up to you. Like, you want to wait, you want to do it. Like, just be careful with everything that you see online, because there's so much people that are, it seems like their job is to go online and spread nonsense, and it is normal to be careful. It is also normal to be skeptic. It is normal to wait for documentation from the people that you trust. If you have these doctor or these scientific summity that you trust what he says, and you want to wait for that person to says it's safe to take it, wait for that. Like, a lot of people in Paris, for example, half of France, let me say Paris, but half of the French hate him, the other half worship him now. Is the Professor Raoult. He said we don't have enough data yet, but that he said that a month ago. I can't wait for him, and because we have time in France, for us, not even France, I mean Portugal, but in Portugal I don't even know, because what's going on is that tomorrow or today, depending if you are on the 21st already, but Monday, the European Agency of Medicine and like the equivalent of the FDA for Europe will give the authorization, after seeing all the documents about Pfizer and Moderna. They will give the authorization for all 28 countries of the European Union to start the vaccination process. And then from then on, all countries will start it. And I think they ordered 1 billion doses, if I'm not mistaken, 1 billion doses of vaccines from the different companies. And they will start the vaccination process with the different vaccines probably now until, and it's not going to be something that everybody get vaccinated on day one. It's going to take month and month and month. Maybe to arrive where they want to arrive, it might take 6 months or 4. I don't know. But for me personally, there's a few people that I really want to hear their opinion, like Professor Raoult. I want to know what he thinks. I want to know what the science community around the world is saying about the vaccine. So far, from what I've seen, a lot of the science community are saying that it's very promising, and for now it's working well. But by the time I take the vaccine, it's going to be probably 3 months, and I think we'll have millions of people getting vaccinated, and we'll have data. Of course, you don't know what is the implication in another 5 years, 10 years. But then you come to this choice. I'm an artist. My business of performing has been fucked for a whole year now. And going to clubs, going to the restaurant, all these things is annihilated. And as I've been saying before, so what do you want in the end? As people, what do we want? Do we want to stay at home and forever and have our mental health destroyed? Or is it time to, take a leap of faith and trust the people who are, trying to help us? But hey, if you want to go into the conspiracies and think you're going to turn into a gremlin or a 5G antenna, be my guest. Like, I had the COVID, I almost died, and I'm not going back there. So if I can take a vaccine and it makes me feel good and it makes me feel safe that I can go to perform in Congo, perform in Senegal, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Mozambique, Angola, and I'm and then I can chill, and then I can go out without feeling nervous. Every time I go somewhere and there's more than 15 people, I feel nervous, and I don't like that. I like to feel safe everywhere I go, and now I'm like, every time I go to a place and there's too much people, I'm wondering like how I'm gonna feel in 2 weeks, and it's not a great feeling. You see what I mean? And if I can have this peace of mind, listen, my whole family, at least we cool. At least we can do what we want. I can let every strangers lick my face. But so that was funny actually. In the US now, in the US, the first, there's this nurse, she took the first ever vaccine, and now everybody's taking these videos of this woman that look great, and that has taken her, so everybody's like, that's the first woman ever in the US. A little sexier than the one in the UK. And there you go. Well, that's the Americans. The Americans, everything is always a show. So, she's taking her first shot, and then everybody's like, "Oh my God, like, oh, you are the savior of humanity." I'm not for that propaganda either. But hey, listen, if the people who work at hospital and the people who are our doctors are vaccinated, our presidents, if the people who have we elect to rule us show the way and get vaccinated, yeah, maybe, maybe we'll. But now you have that one. That one is the funniest. Oh, what's happening? That one was the funniest. No, it's not this one. Oh yeah, that was where was it? I don't know where it was, but there's a nurse who fainted just after taking the vaccine. It's a nurse. It's a nurse in Tennessee. So yeah, well done. Like perfect advertisement. Oh wait, look at this one.
We are excited to get the vaccine.
Oh wait.
We are in the COVID unit, so first.
So wait, she's talking.
Really.
So she just did it, and now she's like, oh, I'm not feeling too well. And then goodbye. So that was, yeah, that was. If you want the people to trust the vaccine is not really it's not great, but apparently they say that she's I mean, it's normal. Some people get this reaction after vaccine. It's true, like sometimes you take a vaccine, you get heated up a bit, and apparently this one has with the emotion, and it was more an emotional thing apparently, or whatever. I mean, they can say what they say, but damn, could you choose somebody that was like that first black lady? Like she was just like, yeah, it's done, what up? Now this one's like, yeah, but that's crazy. Oh my god. And I don't know if you saw, as we talk about, this is a Club Shada news, as you can see. I don't know if you saw, but everybody has been imposing a travel ban on the UK because of a new variant of the vaccine. So apparently there's a more infectious and out of control variant, and all the countries just stopped traveling with the UK. And yeah, that's crazy. But they are saying that what they are saying, that you should not freak out about this strain, because what they say, a new strain of the virus that caused in southeast of UK, and that it appears that the strain of the virus may be spreading more quickly and leading to more cases, but there's no indication that it may cause more severe disease. Okay, so it spreads more, but it's okay. Expertise says it's unlikely that it won't respond to the vaccine. So yeah, I guess if you're vaccinated, that's the thing. Like, okay, should we be concerned? No, viruses mutate all the time. It's normal, natural. It happens when the virus replicates. It doesn't mean more concern. But yeah, I mean, this is also a reason why you want to be vaccinated, so that at least you are less prone to the craziness that comes every time that this happens. So, but then, like I said, it's really up to you. It's I believe that everybody will choose something that works for them. I actually saw you perform a while back in Montreal. Hey, 88 BPM, my favorite song of yours, and of course On Dit Quoi. Thank you so much. 88 BPM, this song. I've been living in New York for 10 years now, and I'm looking for another country to settle. I like your analysis. I might consider Portugal or Spain before I go retire in Congo. A lot of people are coming from the US and they're retiring in Congo. A lot of people coming from the US are actually retiring in Portugal. They believe that Shada, welcome. They believe that it's It's a place where a lot of Americans love to come and retire or pre-retire. A lot of French as well, actually. You know, I don't trust the vaccine until Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron take it. Listen, he's sick. Yeah, they should listen. You are the French president. You want your people to get vaccinated. Yeah, lead by the example. Get vaccinated. Hey, listen, me, I will lead by example for my family. I will. If I get vaccinated, then my wife and my kids will, they will know that yeah, we're in this together, and that they can trust me. And yeah, I will be fully documented before I do it, of course. But you can also wait for some, in France, for example, we can also wait for Institut Pasteur. And they said like, oh, listen, we're not in a hurry. Fuck the money. We'll be ready in 6 months. We're working on something and we really want, but they work in the old-fashioned way. BioNTech, who has been funded by actually a Turkish couple, which is great. So immigrants again save the day. They just linked up with Pfizer to do the distribution and to be able to manufacture it for a big number of people, because those are more startups and tech. They are going on the forefront. The older companies, all of them actually, from Pasteur to which one is the big one as well, Sanofi, the French one, all these people, they're actually late to the game. So it can be good, but it's because they do it the old-fashioned way with the old type of viruses. But if you want to wait for that, yeah, listen, it's up to you. In Canada, we have Moderna and Pfizer. Yeah. I saw the intervention of your prime minister, the model. I'm still going to wait a while to take the vaccine. Yeah, Heather, take your time. Like, I believe that it's everybody's choice. I believe that just like the flu vaccine, I never took a flu vaccine, not because I'm against it or something. It's just that it's rare that I have the flu, and when I have my yearly flu, I really don't, because I can feel it coming. I have my anti-grippine ready, and I just, soon as I'm like, I'm starting to, I like, goop, and by the next day, it's gone already. So my body is kind of strong enough. So if I really had bad flus every year, I'd get vaccinated for the flu. I mean, I never tried, but I guess that's what I would do, like every year. So at least I'm safe. But again, this is something that they've been doing for a long time. So I understand the people who believe that they want to wait a while before they get vaccinated. I completely understand. There's no way I'm taking that vaccine. They'd have to give it to me. Come on. More power to you. Listen, take the time you need. If you don't need it, you don't have to take it. A lot of people are immune. A lot of people are asymptomatic. So it doesn't really, I mean, you don't really need to do it and don't forget one thing. By the time they are thinking of a vaccine, right? They are also working on the medicine. They're like some pills that you can take when you have it. So just like the flu. So the more time goes by, the more science will have data, the more even the vaccines that they are doing, they might tweak it, make it better. Other vaccines will be there. There's so much. There's so much. Every like the whole like so many scientists are working on this case that in every month that will go by, you will have millions of people getting vaccinated. You will have millions and millions and millions of data points that the scientists can see and check and see what's going on and what this does. And yo, listen, we have the time. Like nobody is rushing nobody. But on the other way, you know, when you want to go to Africa, when you want to go to Congo, or when you go to some other places, they tell you straight away, you need a yellow fever vaccine. And don't think that you're going to travel to some countries and some countries will not decide that people who are not from their countries to take a plane or to travel to wherever place. Some country will start imposing that you have a vaccine. You can be sure of that. So, you know, it's really gonna, you might not want to do it, but depending on where you work, let's say you work at a restaurant and all these restaurants are getting bankrupt because they cannot open for all these reasons. And maybe a guy who has a restaurant will say, hey, if you want to work here, you must be vaccinated. You must be vaccinated so that the state let me open my thing. Or some banks or some companies will say, yeah, listen, you do what you want, but if you want to work here, we need a proof of vaccination. And yeah, at a point, you will have to get that vaccine unless you want to live under a rock. Wait 6 months to a year to see the side effects. I agree. You have to understand one thing as well. The people who are getting vaccinated now are not the first people who are getting vaccinated. They started testing the vaccine on people 3 to 4 months ago. Hundreds of thousands of people have participated in what they call phase 3, because there's 4 phases to the propagation of a vaccine. Right now we are at phase 4, but phase 3 is when the volunteers come and they have like a panel of 30,000 people, and they give the vaccine to 15,000 people, and they give a placebo, a fake vaccine with nothing in it, to 15,000 people, and then they start studying people for months. So it's been already 4 months that people have been getting vaccinated. This is where the first data come from. This is what the FDAs and all these companies are using to decide that the vaccine is okay for the population. And it's always I was listening to a doctor saying the ratio that a vaccine is always the benefit versus danger. The benefit is people getting immune, and the danger is, if the higher the danger is death. Allergies is not that horrible, and if people that just have some fever for 2 days or they faint like this girl, and then the rest of and then they're fine. Yeah. So in about 2 months, it's already going to be 6 months that some people will have been vaccinated. And then, yeah, by that time, before that, I don't believe that we will be able to be vaccinated anyway, if we want. Because there are some people who are more important than us. elders, people who work at the governments, and people who serve, protect, police, firemen, nurses, even like cashiers, people who work at your local shop or grocery, and they see different people all the time. These people are way more at risk than us, so they will get vaccinated way before us, and then it's us. So for somebody who had COVID and who felt it, oh yeah, bring it. I'm not scared. Let's go.
London, New York, LA, Paris.
If we have to get vaccinated, I will hide in a bush. There's no bush in your body. They said the same thing in the beginning about COVID-19 January, and look at how it's a mess. Oh, listen, yeah, it is a mess. Like, from a government to another, like I said before, COVID showed who was ready and who was not, and who knows how to handle people and who doesn't. And at the same time, it was a first for most of these people. Last time we had a big pandemic like that was like 40 years ago, 50 years ago. So, okay. There's a lot of things that people didn't know in the beginning, and now there's a lot of information. It's been a year of scientists sending themselves so much information that I guess every day we know a little more. So, hey, you know. Hello, Emmanuel. 2020, yay! Listen, play my birthday at the lottery and give me 10% if you win. 220174. 90% of the people who don't want to be vaccinated are just scared of needles. Well, I'm not. Yeah, you know, I have a few tattoos, so needles is just needles. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. I was telling a friend that she said she wouldn't get vaccinated and they couldn't force her, but I warned her, she works at a hospital, it might be required that to work there. Tell her to forget about her little story of not getting vaccinated. This is not possible. If she works at a hospital, she's gonna be the first person to get vaccinated, whether she wants it or not. That's facts. Mr. Stefan, you made it. Yay. Exactly. Thank you. Please like the live. Actually, for once, there's more likes than people. So, you guys are. I like that. I'm used to vaccine. I get blood tests once a month, but I never got allergic reaction to any of them. Yeah, listen. The thing is this. This is the internet generation. You have two types of people now. Those who believe in all the conspiracy theories that they receive on WhatsApp and they don't even know and don't even fact check. And those who know where to get their information from serious publications, and there are some serious publications. And it doesn't mean that errors are not possible, because this is science, right? But you're gonna have those people who believe all type of shit. Like, I receive stuff like from people that are famous and people who are serious, that tell me that, oh, they want to inject us alien stuff. I'm like, alien stuff from where? Ah, the aliens exist. Bye. Bye. It really depends. You see what I mean? So, depending on what type of things you believe, who you think are serious, yeah, you might not be concerned because of the information that you are already looking at. But yeah, if you listen to all the sensation, yeah, something like that. The people who are trying to, there's a lot of people, because they were skeptic in the beginning, they start getting interviewed all the time, and the media that is always looking for the next sensation has been giving them a shine, and now they are doing everything for that shine. Don't think that because somebody is a doctor, they cannot be corrupted by fame, which is today's subject. Because fame is cocaine, and a lot of people, if saying something crazy makes them famous, they will keep saying crazy things. And trust me, some people are inventing crazy stuff. They even film fake interviews so they can put it on, or even worse, some people really believe the shit that they're talking about, and they will put it on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, and they're just happy to see whatever they put go viral. They don't make money, but we are in the society of the likes. And again, fame is cocaine. People get addicted to fame, the feeling, the fact that people ask you for your opinion. People get addicted to that. And it's not because you are a big scientist and that you've been whatever. You might have never been famous or never been approached and people have asking you to do interviews. And then, you might start loving it. You might love the attention. Trust me, fame is cocaine. Hey, pesinanga. As an airline employee, our company decided that we were essential workers. Therefore, they are preparing us to get vaccinated as soon as it's possible to. Our CEO officially said and pledged it. Of course. But listen, people who work in airlines are seeing too much people. Of course they get vaccinated. Because it's more dangerous for you guys than us travelers, because you see a different of us all the time, and it's hard to, so hey,
London, New York, LA, Paris.
UK right now, COVID management has been a shambles. Listen, when UK went into Brexit on lies upon lies, I was done. I was like, okay, people, it's very interesting what happened 4 years ago when we had Trump, Brexit, Bolsonaro, all the populists who understood that a lot of people are, they're prone to listen to all the bullshit because, the facts don't really matter and the truth don't really matter. What matters is the shock value. So, of course, people believed a lot of things, like a lot of the lies. And, of course, the people who lie to get in power, they don't know what to do with power when they have it. I'm one of them. Il y aura un lobby très fort dans l'industrie du voyage et des hôtels. Vaccin, you can travel. No vaccin, you cannot travel. It's like that old-fashioned carnet vaccination. Preach, brother. I completely do agree. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Yep. I'm one of them. Clout is chanvre. People rush to buy the latest iPhone or Galaxy the same way. I think that like the every invention on medical milestone, we should exercise caution. I'll take the vaccine. At least I'll have peace of mind. Listen, me as well. I'll take the vaccine in around 3 months, if I can, or if I don't have to take it before, just for peace of mind. And because from all the data that we have about this one, it is not it is not harmful. But again, yeah, there's a reason why they take 10 years, because people want to test. But at the same time, you also have to understand that what has been invented 40 years ago, science is not the same today. And the amount of people working on these and people testing and people modelizing, etc., is completely different. Like the data in 2020 has nothing to do with data in the 80s. So, and yeah, listen, I'm not here to force nobody. I don't work with no company. I mean, I have to divulge that I actually have stock in the wait. Let me see. Who do I have stock in? Let me check. I have stock in Pfizer. I own money. I made money with Pfizer. I should have sold. But yeah, I make money on some. I have stock in Pfizer. I have 9 shares of Pfizer. That's not that much. That's $338. I have stock in Moderna. I have 500 and I sold some. Oh yeah, I sold Alphabet. So I had $1,000 in Moderna, and I sold Alphabet. I sold 700. Actually, I bought for 1,000. I made when the vaccine was announced, I made 500, I think, 500, 600 of revenue from the shares going up, and I sold $800 from what I made, and I kept only 569. So I have 4 shares. I sold I don't know how many shares, but I made money from it, and with that I bought. I don't remember what I bought. Let me look at my transactions. So dividends. Okay, with that money I bought some insurance company called AbbVie. I bought $400, and I bought Johnson & Johnson because they will announce the vaccine soon, and when they announce, I will make money and I'll sell. And I also bought some MoneyGram because I believe they have a play in the future of cryptocurrencies and international borderless exchange. But that's for another conversation. So I mean, yeah, listen, the more they sell their vaccine, the more money I make as an investor. Not that much, maybe €1 a month, because I have so few shares. But I mean, I don't think it biases my opinion. What biases my opinion is the fact that I got sick. So once you got sick from that shit, you're ready for the vaccine, trust me. Or maybe, if they say, hey, listen, maybe one company will arrive in a few months and say, listen, we don't have a vaccine, but we have We have some pills that you can take and you're fine after 2 days. At least people will have the choice. You don't have to take the vaccine, you take the pills. The goal is to control the epidemic. So, don't rely on WhatsApp and rumor for your info on something that is significant. There are plenty of medical journals which have the real info in the open. Read the facts and make up your own mind. Exactly. WhatsApp is the worst when we talk about social network. WhatsApp is the worst thing there is. What is this? Interesting. Don't you have to take a test weekly? The rapid one. Oh my god. My little sister works for AstraZeneca and she debunked some of the crazy stories. Yep. Listen, I would love to have your sister tell us some stuff. You know? However, I would exercise caution with the Moderna ones. I'll do my research, of course. What stock company do you use? I use Revolut. But no, I mean, I'm for the Pfizer one personally. But what I'd love to know, what I'd love to have, is the information on all the different vaccines right now. I would love to have info and testing on the Russian one, the Chinese one, the Pfizer and Moderna and AstraZeneca. I would love to have, once there's different, I would love to see what people are saying. It would be very interesting. So yeah. It's not money come first. It's opportunity. When they are here, if I can invest, I will invest. Yeah, listen, I will tell you the story. Maybe when I do a live about stock options. Maybe not the next one because it's gonna be Christmas, but maybe after that, when we arrive at the beginning of the year, I will explain how I transformed $200 into $8,000 in, I don't know, 3-4 months. And yeah, that's actually amazing to know that you can put $200 and lose them, of course, but you can turn them into $8,000, 200. And what I said to myself was just, damn, if only I put 1,000, I would have made, I don't know, 40,000. What if I made what if I put 5,000? You see what I mean? So this is just how I function. This is really how my brains function. My brains, when my brain see opportunities, it just takes action by itself. That's just how I am. And if you are somebody who's investing in stuff and somebody who's looking at the world in a different way, then the opportunities are here. And I see the opportunities usually far ahead, sometimes years before. When you think about it, 2021 is not going to be the year of, we survived 2020. It's going to be the year of might be one of the year of biggest economic crisis. And with this will come a lot of suffering, a lot of mental health suffering, a lot of people losing everything, and a lot of opportunity as well. For who is ready. Listen, I wish I had 10 million in the bank right now. If I had 10 million in the bank, in 2021, I'm making investments that will transform my 10 million into 50 million. I don't have them. So, yeah, I will invest 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000. And I will do it on my level, right? But the thing is this, if you start today, in 10 years, where are you going to be? And that's the way I see the world. So, this is a world of opportunities for real.
London, New York.
Interesting. What else is in the news? So I received a very interesting article before we go to our main subject and we talk about Christmas. I mean, about the upcoming our last live of the year, Wednesday. First, I want to talk about how amazing it was last week. Phew. We broke all records in terms of number of people and number of new subscribers as well. That was great. And I was happy to do a live in French. I was watching the live. Please, whenever you can, go watch the highlights, this little snippets of videos, and please leave some likes and some comments. But it felt great to me to do a live in French. And interestingly, it felt like I had some accent. I don't know why, but it felt like I had a little accent. I'm not sure an accent of what, but I felt like my French was a little different. I don't know. It was just, hey. And so, very interesting article that my friend Bruno Rodriguez sent me. I think it's you who sent me the article from Music Business Worldwide. That it shows that the amount of money that the music industry, right, the songwriters and publishers are gonna lose from 2020 distribution because of the pandemic. And look, we're talking about losing $3.5 billion because of the pandemic. So I'm not talking about money from royalties, from sales. I'm talking about money from when you write a song and you get distribution. Because what happens is when you write a song, you have a part for the writers and the composers, and this part is paid to you. Your share is paid to you by the every time there's the song plays on radio, the song plays in a movie, the song plays in TV, the song plays on YouTube, Spotify, whatever. As a writer, you get a little piece, and a lot of the money, like the whole year there was no shows. So to give you an example of me, I've been I write for Portuguese artists like Blaya or Anselmo Ralph and others, and I make, I don't know, around how much money I made last year. I don't know, I didn't count, but probably around, I don't know, I would say 15,000 euros just from songs I wrote for me, also of course, but also other people. So all the songs I make all around, I have a lot of songs, but a lot of my revenue came from Blaya's song, for example. Blaya is an artist here in Portugal, and she made last year a show every week. And every time she was doing a show, because I wrote 5 songs for her album, I co-wrote, of course. I was not alone, but because I'm responsible for a lot of the melodies, the top lines on some of her songs. Every time she does a show and she sings those songs, I get 30% of the money that is generated by the song on shows. But in 2020, there was no shows. So all the money from performances is zero. So I guess we're not gonna make money as writers and songwriters, and that's crazy. But yeah, it is what it is. What we're gonna do, you know. Industry experts have been sounding the alarm for a significant looming dip in licensing revenues for publishers and songwriters in 2020 and 2021. That's going to be hard for the people who just write. And you know, this is another reason why I like to. This is the reason why I like to put my hands a little bit of everywhere, because sometimes the money goes down in one place, but you are on the other place as well. So you are always finding a way to be saved. So you know, that's yeah, that's crazy. You know. And the last thing I want to say about the news, I have an article from The Verge that I saw that is something I've been talking about for a long time. And yeah, what they're saying is exactly what I feel about that. It's the year Instagram became Facebook. And listen, this is so true. Instagram spent the past 8 years fighting to maintain its independence from Facebook, but in 2020 the fight was over. Yep, Instagram has rolled out a series of features that are thoroughly Facebookian in nature. They're largely focused on getting you to use the app for longer. Yep, and also tend to feel messy and incomplete. Yep. It's hard not to see this as the moment that Instagram succumbed to Facebook's worst tendency, a focus on growth at all costs, even if it means making a product that's less enjoyable to use. Yes, 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 and yes. Listen, soon as these guys sold Instagram to Facebook, I was like, oh, this is it. A few years. And the most telling changes was not the less explosive ones. It was a tweak in the app's classic photo feed. Instagram now display an endless row of algorithmically recommended posts once you get through the pictures of your friends put up. Yeah, exactly. On my feed, it's mostly presented of vibey pictures of European models with some ads mixed between them. Me, it also shows me a lot of girls, a lot of cute girls with curly hair and people dancing, and then ads about Spotify playlists that you can buy to be on the playlist. That's Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg increasingly applied pressure on Instagram over the years to, in a sense, play more like Facebook. Despite initial promise to leave the company alone, yep, the pressure culminated in Instagram co-founders walking out the door in late 2018. Then I was like, oh, it's okay, it's over. And yeah, listen, that's the problem with Facebook. I understand they are a business, so I get it. But come on, like, they really have a way, they have their way of destroying the apps because they don't know when to stop. Like, and I really have this problem with social media right now where a lot of these apps are trying to be everything because they want you to stay in the app. So if Snapchat has stories and you spend too much time on Snapchat watching stories and sending messages in there, Facebook copies stories so that you stay in Facebook instead of going to Instagram stories. So I get it. And then you use iMessage DM. I get it. But then they do stories on Facebook, they do stories on WhatsApp, they do stories in all their products, and then YouTube does stories as well, and now they want to do a fake TikTok, but then they don't do it well. And then Facebook, listen, I don't even use Facebook anymore. Like, for real, I only enter to Facebook for promo. Most of the posts on my Facebook page are automatically imported from my Instagram because it's not because I don't want to be there. I have 1 million people on my Facebook page. But first of all, these 1 million people, if I want to tap into them, I have to pay. Come on. Another thing is that every time I go in the Facebook app, it's horrible. There's too much stuff in there. Facebook is trying to be a whole computer. It's trying to be a whole operating system with so much stuff, and it takes time to load. It's bloated, and Instagram is starting to be like that. Like I loved the Instagram 4 years ago, 3 years ago, like now it's starting to be a nightmare to post something. You have to find you have to find that plus button, and then there's so many options now, and then they want to push you to the store. Like, it's Facebook. Facebook is just Facebooking stuff. Oops. What about you? Do you like Instagram? Do you like how Instagram has become? Tell me in the chat, because I see you guys are very silent. Now let me talk to you about today's subject. Because I'm gonna sleep early tonight, because I want to be available for my daughter when she wakes up, or if she wakes up during the night, because she's sick, so I have to not be sleepy when she wakes up, because it's gonna be a nightmare. The only true social media app for me are the messenger apps, or even the message apps. Instagram plus Facebook. It's a bleak future. The messenger app that I use the most is from Facebook, and it's WhatsApp. I love WhatsApp. I love how fast and simple it is. But I don't know what they're gonna do with it, because for now they didn't touch it that much. I don't like Messenger. It's too slow. It's too. There's something about UI UX. If your app is not done a way that makes me feel super comfortable, I'm not gonna use it. Like, I don't like iMessage. I think it's for example, you want to erase a message, you have to swipe and then click the delete, and then it still asks you if you want to delete. Come on. Like, I'm swiping, then I'm deleting, and you're still asking me. Okay, free clicks to do something, too much for me. Too maximum, especially to delete something. I understand you want a confirmation, but it has to take, like, that's it. That's why I like WhatsApp. WhatsApp is, and it works with everybody. You have access to everybody. This is the better made Facebook app. But again, here are some other people who sold their app to Facebook. So Facebook can decide one day that they want to transform it into whatever, and they can. What I would love, but they have to be able to do it without changing the core of WhatsApp. But I would love to receive my Instagram DMs and Facebook private messages directly on WhatsApp. Maybe not with my main thing, but maybe if I can just click something and I have all my Instagram DMs in WhatsApp form, because it's the same company. But of course, without people having my number, and if I reply from WhatsApp, they see the reply on Instagram, like if I was responding from Instagram, they can do it. If I could have that, and the messages arrive in the simple, fast and well done interface of WhatsApp, I'm sold. I will take less time responding to messages, because on WhatsApp I'm kind of fast. But they might go the other route, which is trying to transform WhatsApp into another Facebook. Then I just nah. that would be a nightmare. Insta now is one post, one ad. It's really annoying. For real, Nadia. But yeah, that's Facebook for you. That's social media. That's how they do. Once you are hooked, then they start fucking up the product. It's nothing new. I agree with everything you said. Instagram is heading the same path as Facebook. Yep. It's like slowly they're adding stuff. They don't know when to stop. Instagram was fine. We didn't need a lot of the things they added. Even messages. So you have your messages, your inbox, and then you have your primary, and then you have your request, and then I don't care about all this. I just want to receive everything everywhere in the same place. And if I don't want to see it, I'm just not seeing it. I'm not responding. They all like, even stories like this, they add stuff all the time, and sometimes you don't need to. But this is Facebook for you. That's how they do. I use Instagram a lot. I know, because I piloted a project with my company. It's called Workplace by Facebook. Oh, interesting. I heard about it. I don't even use Facebook anymore. Neither do I. I use Pages Manager app to post stuff. I didn't open that one for a long time as well. This could be very nice, an app where you can control Facebook, Instagram, and see all the messages from it, but the app is badly programmed. So, yeah, it doesn't feel right when you're using it. That's a problem. Oh yeah, they'll find a way to monetize WhatsApp. At some point, Facebook will come up with a membership concept, a subscription model, or something. Yeah. Yep. They will. Completely. And people will move to something else. Hi, cousin. How are you? So why do you remove all your content from your YouTube channel? It's a good question. I liked your content, and the other time I was on your YouTube channel like a month ago, and I was like, hey, where's the content? So let's let's. I feel like my image on my program is stuttering a bit. Something feels like it's slow, or maybe it's just me. Is Lipton your sponsor? No, but I'm showing them how good it could be. But look, I put competition near them. Maybe it belongs to them. Who knows? I'm showing sponsors what could be done. Slowly. I have to actually work on my sponsoring stuff. What up, Juicy Cero? I like that. Because I thought you let it go, and you gave the reins to your brother. I was on his channel. He was teaching a lot of stuff, tutorials and stuff. That was amazing. Actually, Dali, I was watching some of your old content. You actually have been at it for a long time. You were actually doing live and shows way before on other platforms. I saw that. I don't even know where. Maybe it was on Facebook. I don't remember. But I was like, oh, she's been doing this for a long time. Interesting. So yeah. So, I want to talk to you about the fame and how, fame really is cocaine. Let me see something. I probably talk about these things before, you know.
London, New York, LA,
Paris. Let me move that. You know, um, I don't know if are you more Pepsi products or Coca-Cola? Yeah, neither. I don't like. I think more Coca-Cola product. If you take Snapples and some of those things, but I'm not really into all these brands. I don't like things with bubble anyway. So I don't know if I don't know what is your I don't know what is your experience with being famous, being in the public eye. And I have to tell you that it is actually something that is very interesting. I've been somewhat in my small universe, in my small bubble, but all around the world, I've been famous for a long time now.
London, New York, LA.
And in a way, I come from my family name is famous as well. My parents are famous in my country, at least. So it's not like I'm a stranger to what fame is, but I've seen the danger of fame and what fame does to a lot of people, and how a lot of the people who get famous, before they are famous, they think that they know how they're gonna react and how they're gonna move as a person when fame is gonna hit them. But when fame hits them, I see people change from green to orange. And that's because fame is a hard drug, and fame consumes people, and fame can corrupt people. Of course, the degree where it's gonna change you or corrupt you depends on you, your education, and your foundations, I guess, and how hard they are. And a lot of people come to the music business or other businesses or media, and they come with shaky foundations, and they become famous for whatever one reason, one tweet, one thing, and all of a sudden everybody is on them. And when this happens, that's when you start getting corrupted. I can't say that fame didn't change me, because that would be a lie. Fame changes you whether you want it or not. I'm not saying that because it changes you, it means that it's going to change you in a bad way. It can change you in a very good way. But it's still going to change you. Just for the amount of attention you receive, and the fact that your people, the people around you, they change, or they also change around you. Your family changes, and the girls that didn't want you, they want you now. The people who didn't care about you or used to bully you, they want to be your friends now. They want to be your slaves. Strangers want to give themselves to you. Groupies, people that you don't know from nowhere, want to be your friends, want to follow everyone around you, want to be friends with your wife, want to be friends with your kids, want to be part of your life. And it can be overwhelming, it can be scary, me, I tend to be very protective of my family, of my children, of my parents, of my brothers and sisters. I try to I try to I tend to prefer that if people are drawn to me and people love me for my music, or or for Club Shada, or for something, or my personality, it doesn't mean that they have to become friends with all my followers. Some people, they will just go to all the people you are following, and they will follow everybody because they want to be part of your life and they want to force themselves into your life. And this doesn't work like that, because it's not because you are a cool person that is giving to people every night or every twice a week on a live show and performing and smiling. It doesn't mean that you are friends with people. It just means that, yeah, you love what you do and you want to do and serve people, give something to people. But once you are offline, this is your life back. And a lot of people cannot, they get just all mixed up and messed up in this whole thing, just because being famous is great as well. You don't pay for stuff anymore. You receive stuff all the time. You have a lot of people who want to be your friends, even if they are fake friends. They still want to be your friends. You become the center of attention. But you have to be careful, because this can stop like this, and it transforms you in ways that you really have to be careful. It really depends from one person to another. I think a lot of people who are struggling with fame are the people who are angry when they are not famous, poor, whatever they are. And they believe that they have a revenge to take on, not only on life but on everybody that was not there for them, whatever. And when they have money and fame, they become horrible people, because fame now enables them to take revenge on the people. I really believe that you just have to be careful and remember your education when fame is when you become famous for whatever reason. You really have to never forget your education. Never forget that if you are somebody who respects elders, then you have to stay that person. The good things that you are, you have to protect them, and it's up to you to protect yourself and protect your universe from all the people who arrive from nowhere, and they want to be your friends, they want to be your this, they want to be your that, they want to follow you, they want to do something for you, all these things. You have to protect yourself from that. You have to be able to take a step back and understand who's here and for what. And time will tell you. It's not something that you can see clearly, who's here for what, but time tells. Because the people who's going to be with you forever are the people who are here in the good times and the bad times. And you can also have people that were with you forever, but because you are famous, they start acting crazy. And it's a very difficult thing to navigate. If I would give advice to a young artist, or a young CEO, or a young DJ, or a young football player, about fame, it would be the one I've been telling people, is that fame is never the goal. Fame is always a byproduct. You become famous because you are doing something great, and you have to concentrate on loving the process of doing the great thing, not on the byproduct. Because if you start concentrating on the byproduct, what happens is that you are now obsessed with becoming famous, and you are taking a lot of decisions just to protect your fame, and not to protect your business, and not to protect your art, not to protect your creation, not to protect whatever you are building. And I've seen so many people get caught in that drug, the dopamine, the stamine, the of what fame does to people. The fact that you arrive somewhere and you hear people, 10,000 people screaming, Kaysha, 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 Kaysha. You feel it. You feel something like, that you're gonna arrive on stage and you're gonna give everything. You're gonna be like at the right beginning of the show, and then you're gonna have to concentrate and this is something that when you live it, when you have 100,000 people screaming your name, or when they say, and now coming from the Democratic Republic of Congo, he's da. Make some noise for Kaysha, and you hear like 100,000 people. These can just take you away. These can make you forget why you are doing this why you're doing this. You are doing this to express yourself. All these people who are loving your expression are the byproduct of what you are doing, which is crafting amazing art. That's for me. Some people are doing this to be famous, so for them it's amazing. It just doesn't last that long because you are only new one time. So anytime people will see you 10 times, they're done. Not because they don't like you anymore, but just, they saw you. So, then they have other things to do. But when you are in this position where you just become, or people make you think that you are now, I guess, a higher than average individual, and you are not like the other people, it is now that your education have to come in place. It is now that your values must come in place. This is the moment where you have to decide, okay, there's some things that I will not do. There's some behaviors that I will not accept around me, and there's some places that I will not go. This is the moment when you have to tell this to yourself. Because if you don't, then you get swept away by everything. From drugs, to orgies, to groupies, to problems, to fake friends, to faker friends, to bad business partners, to everybody telling you the things you want to hear, which is you are amazing. And you get corrupted by this. Because the moment that you are famous, the sharks are swimming around you. And they are trying to sway your thinking so that they can get advantage of you. And I really believe that that's what I would say to somebody who's just starting now and who's on the verge of becoming famous. I would be like, hold on to your values. Hold on to what made you, and never forget why you did this in the first place. Never forget what was your core mission when you started. And this is something I never forget. Like, I guess I'm famous. It depends for who, because there's some places where that I go and nobody knows me, and some other places where I go and everybody know who I am. And there's some places that I go where I'm waiting in line to get inside of the club, and you know, and some other places where I never wait in line ever, because when I arrive, I can be with 7 people. Security will be like, "Oh, you're here," and they will push people. But it doesn't make me feel like I'm better than other people. I just know that it comes with, I mean, it's part of the perks, if I can if I can say it like this. But if I'm in another country where people don't know me, I don't know if I'm in Spain or in Bulgaria or whatever, and I'm not here officially brought by somebody, and I'm just here on a holiday and I want to go party, and I don't know, with my girl or my wife or my best friend or some friends, we're chilling and we want to go to a party, and they make us wait in front of the club for, I don't know, an hour. No, not an hour. I'm leaving usually before, because I'm just not interested if it's cold, or I got other stuff to do and there's so many places to go. But if I have to wait in line to arrive somewhere, I'm not gonna make a scandal and say, "Hey, yo, I'm this, or I'm that, oh, I'm a singer, I'm famous," or whatever. This is really not something that I do, because I understand that you might be everything somewhere and nothing somewhere else. This is how the world works, and some people are something everywhere. I don't know if I would, like, when I met Michael Jackson the first time, I asked him how he was, and he told me I'm fine. And so when I did a photo, I didn't grab him, but I had my hand and like this on his back, and I could feel how he was drained by the fact that everywhere he went, you had 3,000, 10,000 people outside going crazy. Sometimes it's cool, but sometimes you just want to go out in your jogging, looking like shit, just woke up, you want to go downstairs, buy some bread, and come back home. And if every time you do it, there's a bunch of people taking pictures of you and then you can get overwhelmed by your own fame and by the reaction that your own fame creates on other people. And this can become very dangerous, because some people get addicted to that and some other people get scared of that. And as a person, you really have to make sure you can protect yourself. See what I mean? Fame is worse than cocaine. It builds your ego and then destroys it. You have to be strong mentally and have a safety net around you. I completely do agree. That's exactly what I said. I'm an introvert, so it's game over. Well, believe it or not, I'm an introvert myself. So imagine. People don't really change. It's just that fame reveals their darkest demons or habits in a more accurate way. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. There's a lot of things that there's a lot of things that there's a lot of things that when you become famous, a lot of things become so easy and other things become hard. And it's up to you to know exactly what is changing in you, I would say. How did you change with fame? That's a good question. I don't know, Emmanuel. I don't know. It's I think you don't really realize how you change, I guess. It's more people who know how you change. The people who know you before you are famous, or the people who know you years after years, are able to to say to you how how you changed, I guess. To give you an example, I have the way I've been raised. I've been raised as a person that respect other people. I've been raised as a person who protects my circle, and I like my circle to be small and to stay small. I respect all, yeah, elders. I I I have all these values that have been given to me in my education, and the more famous I got, the more I held on to these values. I think something that changed by being famous is that I used to really like having people call me back in the days. I used to love being on the phone, and I don't know if it's just getting older or becoming more famous, but I like less receiving phone calls from strangers, or some people, they just want to talk to you. I really understand why. That if you love somebody's work, or you love a person, or you like the energy of that person, I understand that you would love to talk with them. And I try to the extent of what is possible, to talk with as much people possible. And this is why I like having my live show, because then it's a possibility for me to be available to people, to answer whatever they want to tell me. And I understand that some conversations are more private, so people want to send you a private message. But I try to keep a balance between, I like to keep a balance between public and private life, even if at a point they're just the same thing, because you don't stop being Kaysha. You see what I mean? You don't go from Edward to Kaysha whenever you want. You are Kaysha whenever, right? So I would say that when you have one or two or three people talking to you, you kind of can reply to them. When you receive, on my case, and listen, my fame is nothing compared to Beyonce, Jay-Z, and all these people, right? But at my level, I receive probably every day, I would say 30 to 40 private messages on Instagram only, plus 100 or 200 emails. So there's a lot of spam, there's a lot of interesting stuff, there's a lot of business stuff on the email, but there's also sometimes people asking questions. Then I have to answer to a lot of comments. Then I also have the show. Then I have comments on a lot of the things I say that comes afterwards. I have comments on my photos. So I try to answer to as much people as possible. And I used to answer to everybody at a point on YouTube, for example, and on Instagram. And it's just that at a point you realize it's not possible. You cannot respond to everybody, and you cannot become. Some people believe that because you respond to them, or because you are a sympathetic person, that's what I say. You're just a nice person with people in general, and you respect people. You respect everybody. Some people think that it means that they are your friends or that they can become your intimate with you. And this is where I have to put the limit sometimes. And when you put the limit sometimes, people can be angry because because you are their artist, they are your fans, or they talk to you on the live, so they believe that it can go after that. When you have at a point when you are on the other side as a famous person, you have to have your own moments, because you cannot spend a day talking to strangers. At a point, you have to take care of your family. At a point, you have to take care of the people that you know for real. At a point, you want to have your phone call with your best friend. And sometimes, some fans will believe, or some people or some followers, or they will believe that they are your best friend, or they will decrete that you are their best friend. When for you, it's like, hey, calm down. Like, I know my best friend for 20 years. You see what I mean? So you have to, and sometimes it's hard to navigate this because people can be susceptible. People cannot understand that, and some people, like, you're gonna have all types of people in your fandom. You're gonna have I think if to answer your question with how did I change with fame, I would say that I learned to protect myself because I met all types of fans, or the people who make you famous. I met all type of them. I met some great people. I met some people who became my friends. I met some people who became my brothers or sisters. I met some people who were psychos. I met some people who were dangerous. I met some people who really believed that we were more than because everybody comes for something that is different, and you have to set the boundary for you. And I'm not talking as a I understand that the person who's worshiping you, or who's enjoying your work, or who's really just loving your person, wants to be as near you as possible or become your friend, but sometimes they overstep, and it's up to you to decide how, when you protect yourself and when you decide what is your personal space. And sometimes people, because they love you so much, they don't realize that you have there's a limit that they cannot overstep, and sometimes they don't realize it. So it really depends from a person to another. And then you have some people that you have just great conversations with, like, from time to time, and they just send you a message about whatever you're talking about, and it's cool. And you don't feel like they are overstepping, and I believe it's up to you to tell people when it's too much, I guess. And but it's really up to, and listen, I've been in situations where I don't know, somebody sends you a message, you reply, and then just after that they decide that you are friends for real, and you like, no, I'm just responding to your message, I'm cool. And then slowly becomes a big problem, because you might be talking to somebody who's problematic, and just by being nice, you are enabling a lot of the problems that they have that have nothing to do with you. And now when you don't answer to a message, they become crazy, or they yell at you, or you see what I mean? It's very, because there's so many different interaction. Every interaction is kind of unique, and every person is unique. So when you are not a famous person, you're gonna interact with, I don't know, in the month, you're gonna interact with 10 people, 30 people. I don't know, you're gonna interact with people at your work, your family, the your girlfriend, boyfriend, and your family. I mean, mother, whatever, brothers. That's it. When you are a famous person, you tend to have to interact with so many people, and you can choose to never reply to the comments or never reply to the messages from people that you don't know personally. But if you like to do it because you like to say thank you, just thank you, or put a heart when somebody says something nice, then it means that if you add the shows, then you actually start interacting with so many people actually that everybody feels in their own right that they are unique, and they are. But for you, if you meet 1,000 different people in 10 shows, let's say you do 10 shows with 100 people in each show, and in each show you have a little bit of conversation, you take a photo with everybody, hey, yeah, no, you like the show, I'm so happy, oh, I love the show, I love your songs, thank you so much, great, genuine conversation. But after the 10th show, it's been 1,000 people for you. So you don't really remember everybody. You might remember some people, but then they might come 5 years later and say, hey, you remember me? And you're like, I'm not sure. This show, that CD, we talked about this, and you're like, and if they realize that you don't remember because it's been 5 years and you did maybe, I don't know, 50 shows per year, or let's say 30 shows per year for 5 years. So that's a lot of shows. That's 150 shows that you did, and if in every show there's 100 people, that's a lot of people, a lot of faces that you've seen, and you cannot remember everybody. And some people, they get vexed, they get angry because you don't remember them, or because you don't give them access to what they believe that they are supposed to have access to. And with fame, you learn that you have to protect that as well. I pray that I can stay humble and true to my values. When Stefano Victoria will blow up. Yeah. The sad part with you, I think that many people try to label you or even denigrate you as a physical. Not that much, but it depends where. But yeah, maybe. Now me, what I was more labeled was, I think is all that. That was something that I had more. Your music and all that you do around it is your best shield against the downfalls of fame. Yep. Indeed. It depends. It really depends who you are. It depends. Like, I think fame it hits everybody differently from both sides. So it really depends also of who you are as a person, I guess. I have a saying that comes from a wealthy guy. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Oh yeah, this person is wise, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. You got some people who really believe that it's great to be nice, but it's more important to be important. It really depends from one person to another. Some people are pursuing fame and only fame. And my real question to them is, okay, so when you are famous, what you gonna do? Once your dream is there, now your goal, the only goal is to stay famous. Whoa, that's a serious work as well, to stay famous. So it's really something that you have to share the picture with cousin Mike. Listen, I wish I could find it, I have to go to the archives because this was before the digital. It was in 2001, and I think it's somewhere in my mother's basement in Paris. I just have to go there before before one day she decides to sell this apartment. I have to go there and look for my old bags and try to see if I can find that film and see if it is still something that I can develop and hopefully get that thing, because this is like another life. It's crazy. I like it when I do a 2-hour episode. But listen, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you about fame. And I'd love to know what you think about that. I know, like, I would love to know what are your opinions. It's I don't believe I'm super famous, a superstar, whatever. But I guess with everything that I did and everything that I've accomplished in my in my career, I arrived to a level of international niche. So meaning that I'm not somebody who's super famous in all these European countries, but all the diaspora of all the countries know me. So I could be completely unknown to a lot of people and at the same time famous to a lot of other people. And I think it's a great balance for me. I don't know if, I mean, I think I would be the same. Probably I would just protect myself even more if you multiply by 10 the number of people who know me. But but yeah, fame is really this thing where you just have to be careful. You have to be careful about not only the people around you, but you also have to be careful about you and how it changes you, and try to always do the right thing and respect everybody on the way, even the people that you disagree with or the people who are overstepping the boundaries. You just have to know how to tell them in a nice way, I guess. And some people, they just don't think like me. Some people are gonna be like, what the fuck, everybody will come with their own reaction depending on if they are diplomats or not. I know some people, they don't answer no messages, they don't answer no messages or comments, they don't even check whatever, they just post and live their life. They would not even do a live. They don't understand why they would talk to strangers. Like it really depends from a person to another. And I believe that as fans, people should just respect the boundaries that is set by their artist, and not believe that because one artist does it this way, all the artists have to do it that way as well, because there's so many different personalities. Like, some artists are great people, some others are jerks, and it's not because you do great music that you're not a jerk. So it really depends. It really depends. But yeah, I would love to know your opinion. It's kind of stupid of naive. How do you expect a singer to remember you from a show that happened 5 years ago? I don't even remember what I ate last Monday. Well, listen, from what I take from that, I believe that somebody who's been with you 5 years ago, this might be an important moment for them. It might be a moment for them that they remember, because maybe it was their dream to see you or to come to your show one day. And so the day they meet you is for them a day that they remember. And they might remember it vividly because this moment is important for them. But for you, yeah, it's a person like another that you respected. You had an interaction for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour, maybe you know. But for you, it's one every week that you're gonna meet, or maybe two per week, and in so many different countries. So you don't give it the same you don't give it the same importance, or you just forget, right? And this is why when they see you, like I remember meeting a guy who told me, I think he was in Bordeaux, and I meet this guy. He tells me, "Yeah, Kaysha." So me, I'm like, "Hey, what up?" And he's like, "Yo, how are you, man? What up? A long time." And me, I'm like, I'm playing. I'm like, "Hey, yeah, what up? A long time." But I don't remember the person. But I guess if the person talks to me like this, I guess he knows me. So I'm trying to find out, right? And he talks to me about stuff, and I'm trying to not be disrespectful and telling him, "I'm sorry, where do I know you from?" I guess it's straightforward, but I think it's a little, I don't know, some people might take it away, right? So I tell the person, what did I tell him? I told him, hey, I'm trying to say stuff to, and then the guy was like, "Hey, wait a minute, you don't remember me?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, but no." So when like, "Can you remind me when we met?" He's like, "Oh no, don't you remember? Hey, you came here and you didn't have you were looking for you were trying to buy a clipper because you didn't do your bird and you didn't have time to do it before you go, and you just wanted to shave. There was no hairdresser, so we went to whatever store. I drove you there because I was part of the organization, and finally we saw some clippers, and finally you like none of them, and then I took you to a barber. You did your thing, and then you did your show." I was like, and me, I'm like, wow, like I have no recollection of this episode of my life. Because taking the train or taking the plane, arriving somewhere, checking in at the hotel, and then buying something is something that I did in so many different countries, that with so many different promoters that are driving us or me, that I can't remember that special episode. So me, I'm like, I don't really remember, but yeah, I mean, sounds like something that I would do. And the guy's like, "No, don't you remember? He was like this, he was like that." And the guy was like, "You should remember." And then I asked the guy, "But wait, how long was it?" And he's like, "I don't know, like 9 years ago." And I was like, "Bro, like, how you want me to remember something that happened 9 years ago?" And to give you the reverse side, one day I'm in a club. I'm in a club called Les Bains Douches, probably 96 or 97. Yeah, I was starting to, my name was starting to get some, you know, some there was some noise around my name, but it was early. I was still underground rapper, etc. But I was known in the clubs where I was performing, and I was one of those guys that, I knew the securities. I know, like, and I would enter any club without a problem at that time, right? So now I'm at that club, Les Bains Douches, and I remember that day Puff Daddy was there with Jennifer Lopez, but they were up there in the VIP. There was the club, there was the entrance. Downstairs you had the club, and up there you have the special VIP where David Guetta was the DJ. So now I'm going to. Oh, thank you so much, Stefan. I'm going now at the. After I saw everybody downstairs, I'm going up to the VIP, and so I'm going to the special club up there to say hi to David Guetta. And while I'm going up, Puff Daddy and Jennifer Lopez are going down. So we cross each other at the in the stairs. We cross each other, and I see him, and he looks at me and Jennifer, and I'm like, oh, thanks again, Stephen. And so I look at both of them, right? And I tell Puff Daddy, hey, what up, man? Enjoy your night. And I tell to Jennifer Lopez, and I continue my way. And because I was just so cool or whatever, I was not like, oh my God, it's you, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, they just stop and they just like me because yeah, we at start you could see that I was, they were in my territory and people knew me, whatever I was, and nobody could. It's not everybody that could go up there, right? So I remember this episode because these people were already super famous at that time, and a lot of the things that Puff did with Bad Boy Records were some of the things that were very inspiring to me, and a lot of the music that was coming out of his camp was something that I was attracted to and I was inspired by. So of course I remember that episode when I met him. I remember when I met Prince. I remember when I talked to Grace Jones on the phone. I remember when I met the guys from Wu-Tang. I remember when I met a lot of the idols. Of course, I remember the 2 times I met Michael Jackson. If I can tell you where. I cannot give you the date because I'm not a fanatic of people, but I remember those moments. But I clearly know that all these people don't remember me or don't remember meeting me. Maybe if we meet again, if I meet Puff again or Didi now, if I meet him again and I tell him, oh, one day we met at Le Bandouche, but it was quick. It was you were leaving. I was coming in, or you were going downstairs. I'm not sure. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, oh. He might not tell me, yeah, I remember you, yeah, very well. You were like this, like that. I was like, no, bro, it was in '97. Of course you don't remember me, but I know you don't. But some people, they're gonna be like, yo, don't you remember? How come you don't remember? But yeah, don't. Yeah. And then they will continue telling you the story until you remember, and you're gonna look at them like, or you're gonna just say, yeah. But just for them to stop talking. And that's the fun part about, I mean, this can be problematic, but it's kind of a fun part of fame, is that because it's important for them, they think it's important for you, when it is not for you, because it is an interaction that you have all the time. It's like when somebody sends me a message on Instagram or or an email or on Facebook or direct message on Twitter, and I don't reply right away, or I just don't reply, they admit in their head that I'm not respecting them, without realizing that I receive probably 500 messages every day. And sometimes, yeah, I take the time to answer my messages because I have a time for that, and sometimes I don't have the time, and sometimes I just don't see a message, and because I didn't see it, it just goes, and then you just forget about it. It's not that you are disrespecting the other person. It's just that this is not as important for you, that message, than it is for them, because you are not coming from the same place. And it's not a question of respect or a question of thing. It's just that we are not friends, or we are not our interaction is not the same. And then there's levels, of course. Then there's people that you talk to all the time. Listen, I've been talking to Julie, for example. We talk, I think we talk on Twitter since way before Club Shada, way before, like, and we're not friends, but yeah, we know each other on the internet, and we talk and we have great interaction. And she's a great person. I hope that I'm a great person, and yeah, know. Every time she sends me a message, I see it, I answer. And there's a lot of people that send me messages I only answer after a week because they are less important or I don't know them like some people, right? Or if it's somebody that I see on Club Shada all the time, of course at a point I know the names of the people, and some others I don't know them. And I believe that when you are on the fame side, when you are famous, a lot of people, they believe that you have to see them the way they see you, and you have to treat everybody the same way, which at a point is impossible. Like, do you think that Michael Jackson could remember every faces that he saw when he saw millions and millions and millions? It doesn't make sense. But that's the thing about fame. There's a lot of things that don't make sense. There's a lot of people who don't make sense in the way that they interact. See what I mean? Your godfather had an amazing memory. He could remember faces from years ago. I pray that you have the same type of photographic memory. I think that I have a photographic memory. I remember a lot of things and a lot of faces, but not all of them because of the sheer number of faces that I see. But there's some faces that I'm like, I've seen this face before, but then I cannot really go in depth, you see what I mean? Quand je rencontrerai Gims, je vais lui rappeler le concert du Stade de France et ne pas faire la groupie psycho. Yeah. Écoute, Stefan, when you show me the picture of you and me in Senegal, I didn't remember that moment per se, because for me it's one moment that is a great moment of me after a show hanging out with somebody who enjoy my work or my art. But I had that same photo with thousands of people, but I was still happy to see the photo because I was like, oh, but that's great, wow, and so long ago. So it also gives me an in-depth of my interaction that I had with people before. But if it's a photo from 2007, yeah, 13 years ago have passed. So I cannot remember taking that photo. You see what I mean? Unless, yeah, I also have some people that came to all my shows in Portugal. So I remember them a little more because I see them in all the shows. And when I see them after 20 shows, you are happy to see them because they're part of the, you know, when you change country and you change situations every week, you kind of lost because it's always a new hotel, it's always a new city. You just come, sing, run. So you kind of are somewhere, but you've been nowhere, if you see what I mean, because you didn't stay, you didn't meet, you didn't fall in love, you didn't create memories other than a great show. So you don't know the name of the streets, like all these things. It's not the things that I have with Lisbon, or I have with Paris, or I have with Miami, or I have with New York, or I have with Kinshasa, or I have with Abidjan. Sometimes you just arrive, you travel for 10 hours, you arrive Friday, Saturday you perform, or Friday night you perform, Saturday you perform, Sunday you're in the plane, and Monday you're at home already. So even if I was in Montreal, but then, hey, it was amazing, the show was great, I talked to some people, but you already forgot everybody because you're not on your way to something else. So, and everybody that was there, it is their moment, and I understand that. But on your side, it is an amazing moment, but it's a moment. It's not your moment. You see what I mean? The difference between it, because you are working and every show is different. You have some great shows, some good shows, some bad shows, some shows where it's a nightmare, some shows where last minute they don't want to pay you and the fans are waiting, and now the fans are thinking that it's you doing the diva when actually people are not paying. So many different war stories. But for everybody, understand, like when somebody asked me in the street to do a photo and I just went out in pajamas to get something, and I cannot let them take a photo with me in pajamas because I look like shit or whatever, or I don't know. I didn't dress, and I know I don't have my glasses to at least try to look like. And I'm like, nah. If that person posts that photo online, I'm gonna look horrible. So I refuse to take the photo. That person can be angry because for them, it's the only opportunity they have. But for me, I'm like, yeah, but listen, no, I don't want to take a photo like this at 8 a.m. looking like shit. And I just woke up and I look like somebody who just woke up. Sorry. Come to my next show. You see what I mean? And you have to set those boundaries because you are not working when you're on the street. You still are a celebrity, of course, but you don't have to accept to take every photo from every people. And I remember I was with my wife once and we were going to the movies, and so just near the house. So we're going to the movies. We sit down outside. We in front of the movie thing, and our movie was starting in exactly 10 minutes. We still had to get our tickets, buy the popcorns, the drinks, the whatever, and get in the thing. So of course my wife was impatient because we were just arriving. We had 10 minutes, so we were okay. But hey, and then a girl is like, "Oh my God, it's Kaysha. Oh, please, can I do a photo?" And she's with her sister and her aunt and some kid. And the aunt is like, "Yeah, of course she's gonna do a photo with you." So I'm not saying anything. So I'm like, "Yeah, of course, yeah. Take a photo with the girl." They look, she shows, "Oh, auntie, take two more." Okay, the auntie takes another photo. Cool. She wants to look at the photo because this is how it is now. She looks at the photo. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is not my right profile. I don't look good. Can we do another one?" I'm saying, "Yeah. And my wife is looking at me like, and I'm like, "Hey, let me make people happy." So I take another photo. Now the sister is like, "Oh, me too," So the sister comes and she wants to do a photo and and then at a point, I tell them, and I look at my wife. She's starting to be pissed, and I look at them and I say, "Oh, sorry, girls. It's been a pleasure meeting you, but my movie is starting, so I really have to go. But it's been a pleasure, and maybe some other time." So I don't know. I took maybe 3 or 4 photos with each people, so that's 8 photos. And then they're like, "Oh, but please, can we do a just another photo like this? Can we do a video when you're gonna say something?" And I'm like, before I say something, the aunt says, "Yeah, of course he's gonna do it. That's his job." And I look at the aunt and I was like, "Oh, ladies, I'm sorry, but I really have to go. My movie's gonna start. Nice to meet you." And I tell to the aunt, "Yeah, thank you so much for taking the photos." And I left because now the aunt was overstepping the boundaries and starting to believe that I was her slave and I was supposed to be here doing 30,000 photos with her nieces, and that was my job. My job is not to make photos with you. I make photos with you because I'm pleased to do them. I don't make them because you think I'm forced or I can do. Or like, and some of these African aunts sometimes, yeah, they have no education because they just believe that because you're an artist and because their nieces love you, you're supposed to do whatever. Even if you have something else to do, you will have to. And like she was like, "Oh, it's just a movie." No, I'm on movie now with my wife. I'm not working. You want to take photos and you want me to take all my time to make photos with you? Come to a show, pay your ticket, and now I'm working for you. When I'm outside, it's my choice if I want to, if I have the time to, or if I feel good. You can feel bad. You can be like, "Oh no, my daughter is sick today. I have other things in my head." Or I don't know. You had a disagreement with somebody. You're in a bad mood, and sometimes you don't want to make photos. And then you understand that you have to try to please people because for them it's most of the time it's somebody who's traveling from another country, it might be the only occasion that they will have. So you have to always take them in account, But sometimes people abuse that. I remember I'm in Congo, I'm in Kinshasa, I'm in the elevator. And I'm here, going to the breakfast. So listen, I'm just going out of bed. I just put some water on my face, brush my teeth, and I'm just going down to take breakfast with the other singers. The show was like 4 hours ago. So I'm just going to take a breakfast, then I'm going to go back up to sleep. And I'm in the elevator and I'm there. And so, I'm at 20th floor and there's other people in the elevator. So, and then there's a woman that is there and she just takes her phone and she starts typing. And so she's like, yo, hey, hello, Marie, yeah, oh, voilà Kaysha ici. And then boom, she gives me the phone. Yeah, talk to my niece or talk to my sister. And I'm like, yeah, hello. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love you too. Blah, 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 blah. And then I give her the phone back. And me, I'm like, fuck, people have no education. Like how you call somebody without asking. Or how you take your phone ready to take a picture of me or with me or make a selfie without asking. These are some of the problems that sometimes, when you get in those situations, some people will just abuse the fact that you are famous or they love you and some people just abuse those moments, It's we say the same thing. Je pense que je vais être cool et ne pas être starstruck. Yeah. Just like when I met Federer in Miami or Serena Williams in your company, I will just play cool and be respectful for who they are. Yeah, exactly. The thing is this, like, boundaries are extremely important and sometimes certain fans can forget. And I'm really comprehensive that some people can, oh my God, I understand that. It's not the problem here. It's just that, listen, I met some people that were super famous that I've been inspired by or that I love what they do. But I don't know, they were with their wife in a dinner and I was with mine in a dinner and I'm letting them be. Just I don't even look at them because we are in a private setting and then like maybe you don't know what they're talking about. You're not gonna come here and ask for a photo and there's a time and place for everything. And again, I understand that for some people that's the only occasion they have. And listen, if it's possible, we'll do them. Listen, when I met Michael Jackson, it was Michael Jackson. And I asked, I was like, hey, are you fine? It's like, yeah, this is like, can I ask for a photo? Because you're Michael Jackson. And he said, yes, of course. But if he said, really not now, or if his security or whatever said not now, I wouldn't have said nothing. Maybe because I understand, but back then it was 2001. I was already had my little fame, but I would have understand. When I met Nelson Mandela, actually the same day, the same night when I met Nelson Mandela, I was busy crying and I didn't even ask for a photo because I was just like, oh my God. And he just told me, oh, nice to meet you, young man, and good luck on the music. I didn't care about a photo. I just cared about having this in my heart. But a lot of other people took photos. My manager took a photo. Then she cried. Me, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was being shy. Maybe, who knows? Of course, it had to be the aunt. It depends where you go. I already had places where I had 6 bodyguards and like in Africa and Yeah, I already were in those situations, but tell me about it. Craziness. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna go check on my little girl to see if everything is fine, if she's not feverish at this time, and get ready to do my last shopping sessions for Christmas and get prepared for travel. So because I'm traveling to Africa, I have to have all my singles ready. I have an amazing song coming out Friday. Actually, last Friday I released a song with Sammy Sam Beats. It's called Bananas. Please check it out on my Spotify or Apple Music and Russell Things. This is the latest song. Next week I have a beautiful song coming out with Sodi Soul. It's called You're Loving. So it's finally I had this I was lucky to do this song with them, and I have all the songs for the week that are already in the system, so they will come out even if while I'm in Africa. The last live of 2020 will be on the 23rd. Let me look at the date. Yeah, Wednesday. So it's going to be on the 23rd of so next Wednesday, and then it's going to be before Christmas. I don't think I'll be able to do a live when I'm in Congo because of the internet connection. But maybe I will. Who knows? Maybe I will do Happy New Year live if the connection permits, or if I'm in a place where they have a good internet connection. I'll see how it is in there. But you can be sure that if you follow me on Instagram, I will have my stories. I will have my Instagram post, and I will try to vlog a bit of those moments. And but hey, we'll talk about it Wednesday when we do the last live. So maybe, I don't know about you, I don't know what you're gonna do in Christmas. So maybe on the 25th of but because I have a flight the next day, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. But maybe I will try to get live for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just to wish everybody a Merry Christmas on the 24th at midnight. And yeah, depending on what time everybody sleeps after we open the gifts and etc. I might just hop in the live just to wish everybody a good time and etc. So I will see everybody Wednesday. Listen, Julie, it was an honor for me. Trust me. L'album, I think Valentine's Day, but I'm not sure because I'm not done. I mean, I'm done and I'm not done. I always want to add some songs, but I might just, when I decide to close, I think when I come back, I will take another 4 or 5 days to work, and then I will close everything. So almost there. Thank you, cousin. Good night for you as well. And same thing, same thing for you. Hug everyone and much love. Good night, Juju. Fishnet, brilliant. Never on Instagram, always on YouTube. I don't do live on Instagram. It's not my thing. So yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be here. So listen, thanks for everybody who's been there. Thanks for the 300 and something people who passed by tonight. I wish everybody a good night, and I'm gonna leave everybody on a track by good night, Joel. I'm gonna leave everybody on a track by I'm gonna do some Monsieur de Shada, by the way. I'm gonna find some, let me play some Monsieur de Shada. I have this track called what can I play? Let me see. Monsieur de Shada. Let me look at my discography. Oh, I'm gonna play I'm gonna play to stay in the vibe that I am right now.
New York, LA, Paris.
I'm gonna play a track called Janvier. Probably produced it on my birthday or stuff like that. Good night, Tatiana. Oh, you were there. Good. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna play for you Janvier, and I will see everybody Wednesday. All right. See ya.